Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture Jeep's intelligence brief for August 21st, 2026. All right, government affairs directors and influence practitioners, we need to talk, because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before we start, this is the last brief before this terrain window narrows. 0 seats left in the GPS displacement window review. 4,571 opportunities. Competitive displacement windows this week. That signal is what opened this session, and it will not repeat the same way tomorrow. The question is no longer what you could chase. It is what is still reachable before this window closes, and what needs to start now for the 12 to 18-month board. Code GPS26W3 at the-icon.ai capture. Now, let's read the board, so let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 4,571 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 3886 legislative signals, 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies, and all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. Opportunity flow over the past 168 hours shows a robust 4,571 opportunities, with legislative actions dominating at 3,186. This level of activity reflects a vibrant market landscape, but as influence practitioners know, raw volume isn't everything. Accessibility can be a significant hurdle when standout opportunities like the RAND Corporation's National Defense Research Institute and the Joint Directed Energy Consortium lack specific monetary data. Such omissions often complicate the decision-making process. The capture ticker is a reliable ally here, offering real-time insights that help sift through such ambiguous terrains. The absence of executive actions and DFARS changes speaks volumes about where compliance friction may quietly build. When the policy apparatus is silent or stagnant in key areas, influence practitioners should anticipate sudden shifts once the logjam breaks. The board suggests a latent potential for compliance friction and protest risks, especially given the current ARC theme. Managers who read this tape know that examining the balance between the volume of opportunities and their accessibility is crucial for strategic positioning. Many in our field might interpret this as a signal to tread cautiously, but not necessarily to stall. The practical implication is clear. Refine your criteria for opportunity selection, focusing on those with clear pathways to execution. The stalled rate, or lack thereof, indicates a fluid market ready for those who can navigate these waters with precision. The capture terminal helps paint this picture, allowing us to track and anticipate where potential lane changes might occur. The secondary signals, terrain holes, hiring spread, court opinions, and lobbying clusters are notably absent, which raises questions about market mispricing. This silence could easily be misinterpreted as stability, but if you read this policy tape closely, it suggests a period of latent volatility. Terrain holes typically signal areas of potential disruption or innovation, and their current absence might simply mean they're still lurking under the radar, waiting for an astute observer to capitalize on them. Without court opinions or significant lobbying clusters, the policy landscape appears deceptively calm. Yet, this is precisely the kind of market condition where smart portfolio moves can be made. Government affairs directors should keep an eye on sectors where under-the-surface movements might eventually spark significant shifts. The lack of hiring spread further supports this notion. When agencies aren't expanding, it can indicate either a waiting game or an opportunity to step in with proactive engagement strategies. For those who make their mark by anticipating moves rather than reacting, this is the time to position themselves strategically. The market might be mispricing risk or opportunity due to these apparent silences. Influence practitioners should consider this a call to deepen their intelligence-gathering efforts, identifying where the next wave of change will likely originate. The absence of overt signals is itself a signal, guiding us to stay alert and ready for the next strategic turn. The government affairs and influence market is highly dynamic, driven by rapid regulatory shifts and evolving stakeholder expectations. Are we accurately assessing the velocity of policy changes and their potential impact on our strategic positioning? How are we mitigating compliance friction and protest risks while navigating regulatory and court signals? Are we prepared for abrupt lane changes that could redefine our engagement strategies? Our conviction is clear. Only those who anticipate and adapt to the swift currents of regulatory evolution will maintain a competitive edge and effectively manage stakeholder relationships. Last thing before I sign off, and I want to be direct. 0 seats left in the GPS Displacement Window review. When this window closes, the terrain that justified it moves on. Tomorrow's signal will be different. The next session will read a different board. If the brief we just walked through gave you a reason to act, now is the time. Code GPS 26W3. communities.theicon.ai/capture the GovCon-elite. 98.1 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the GovCon-elite. Register free, and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, I'm here to provide a market briefing tailored to your